There's a quiet exhaustion that comes from always trying to prove yourself. Prove that you're capable. Prove that you're worthy. Prove that you're not behind. Prove that you deserve to be here. And maybe no one ever told you to do it. But somewhere along the way, you felt like you had to, like your value had to be earned, like rest had to be justified, like peace was something you could only have once you achieved enough. If you've been carrying that pressure silently, this message is for you, because you don't have to prove yourself anymore. There are people who move loudly in life, and there are people who move quietly, but carry a constant internal pressure. Not because they're weak, not because they're insecure, but because they care. They care about their family, they care about being responsible, they care about not failing. And somewhere in that caring, they started measuring their worth by their output. If I produce more, I am valuable. If I earn more, I am enough. If I achieve more, I am safe. But that's a dangerous equation, because it never ends. You open your phone, you see people succeeding, you see announcements, wins, progress, growth. And even if you're genuinely happy for them, a quiet voice whispers, "You should be further by now." Not louder, not dramatic, just subtle. And subtle thoughts are the most powerful ones. They don't scream, they settle. And once they settle, they shape how you see yourself. You start feeling like you're always behind, always catching up, always needing to prove that you're not stuck. But here's something important. Progress is not a race. It's alignment. And alignment cannot be rushed. Most of us didn't wake up one day and decide, "I will tie my identity to performance." It was built slowly, through expectations, through responsibility, through survival. Sometimes it came from childhood, sometimes from financial pressure, sometimes from being the strong one in the family. When you are the dependable one, you learn early that value comes from being useful, and usefulness becomes identity. But being useful is not the same as being worthy. You were worthy before you produced anything. Let's be honest about something. A lot of proving isn't about ego. It's about fear. Fear of failing, fear of disappointing, fear of not being enough for the people who depend on you. And when you carry responsibility quietly, you don't always get to express that fear. You just absorb it. And then you tell yourself, "I just need to work harder. I just need to move faster. I just need to figure it out." But exhaustion doesn't disappear just because you ignore it. And pressure doesn't turn into peace just because you push through it. Here's a thought you might not be used to hearing. You are not a project that needs constant improvement. Yes, growth matters. Yes, discipline matters. Yes, building matters. But you are not broken. You are not behind schedule in some invisible race. And your worth is not tied to your productivity. You are allowed to exist without constantly upgrading yourself. That doesn't make you lazy. It makes you human. So, what does it look like to stop proving? It doesn't mean giving up. It means building from security instead of fear. It means working hard, but not from panic. Improving yourself, but not from self-hatred. Growing, but not from shame. There is a difference between disciplined ambition and desperate proving. One is steady, the other is exhausting. You might feel behind right now, financially, career-wise, in life. But here's something rarely said. Most breakthroughs look like silence before they happen. Most stability looks like chaos before it forms. Most growth feels invisible while it's happening. You may not see the shift yet, but you are not the same person you were a year ago. And even if progress feels slow, slow growth builds strong foundations. You are building. Even now, imagine working toward your goals. Without the constant pressure to prove something, imagine showing up not because you're scared of failing, but because you believe you belong. That's a different energy. It's calm, it's grounded, it's sustainable. And sustainable growth always outlasts urgent bursts of proving. The loudest people aren't always the strongest. The calmest ones often are. If you are someone who feels responsible for others, worries about providing, thinks about bills at night, wonders when things will finally stabilize, hear this clearly. Your value is not measured by how fast you fix everything. You are not failing because things are heavy. You are not weak because you feel pressure. And you do not need to prove your worth to deserve peace. You can build and breathe at the same time. Real strength is not proving. It's staying steady. It's choosing patience over panic, discipline over desperation, clarity over comparison. It's waking up and continuing anyway. Not because you're trying to prove something, but because you believe your effort matters. There is a quiet confidence that says, I will build, but I will not lose myself in the process. That's strength. You are allowed to rest without earning it. You are allowed to grow at your pace. You are allowed to be proud of small progress. You are allowed to build slowly. And you are allowed to exist without constantly proving that you deserve to. You are not behind. You are becoming. If you've been carrying the weight of trying to prove yourself, pause for a moment. Take a breath. You are not here to perform your worth. You are here to build it, quietly, steadily, intentionally. If this resonated with you, if you're tired of carrying the pressure to prove, you don't need to declare anything loudly. Just leave the word release in the comments. Not for me, for you. Sometimes naming what we're letting go of is the first quiet step toward peace. Until next time, keep building calmly,